Hey everyone, this is Shannon with Smokin the Wild, and on this hot tip, I'm going to show you how I make compound butter and explain to you why I think you should too. Stay tuned. All right, so compound butter is literally just a fancy term for what I call seasonized butter. And I highly recommend you make some and try it because it'll just change everything that you're doing. Whether you're doing it on the grill, you're doing it in the oven, or you're even doing it on the stovetop, it takes food to a whole nother level. It keeps meat moist as well as seasons it. Same way with vegetables. And so I use it on beef, wild game, pork, chicken. Like I said, I even do it with vegetables. Anything especially meat, it's just a wonderful addition to the seasoning process, as well as keeping the meat tender and moist. And it's easy to make. So I'm starting off with what's the equivalent to 2 sticks of butter. You're just gonna put it into a mixing bowl, all right? You're gonna take a half a lime to a whole lime. You're simply just gonna squirt it onto the butter. You can always add more, all right? All right, there we go. You're going to take some Worcestershire sauce, and it's going to be the equivalent of about, probably 1 to 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. I'm telling you, don't knock it till you try it. I'm going to take some coarse black pepper, and I'm going to use, that's about 1/4 teaspoon. Take some granulated garlic, about a teaspoon. All right, there we go. All right. I like using dill, all right, freeze-dried dill. So you're going to put about a teaspoon, maybe even a tablespoon in there. The herbs is what's really going to set this off. I went ahead and put about a tablespoon. We're going to take about, I'm using salted butter, by the way, so I'm only going to take about a teaspoon of sea salt, all right? I don't want it too salty. Now, I've got a herb blend. It's a rosemary, basil, and thyme blend. You use what you want, but I also incorporate this, again, probably about a teaspoon or so. All right, believe it or not, that's a teaspoon or so. You're going to take some either fresh basil or freeze-dried basil, and I'm going to add about a tablespoon. Dump that in there. I'm going to take some freeze-dried chives. I've got about a half a bottle, and this says 0.22 ounces. I'm just going to dump the whole half bottle in there. All right. I've also chopped up some fresh parsley. This is about a 1/4 cup, and I'm just going to add it in there. All right? It's that simple. Once I have all this to get in the bowl, I'm just going to take the mixers that God gave me, and I'm going to get here and mush all this together, and then we'll go to the next step. So come on in here and let's get this mixed up. All right, now that I've got all this mixed together, I'm going to highly recommend that you just take a little bit of a spoon and you taste it. All right, just the perfect amount of all the ingredients, just enough tartness from that lemon juice and that Worcestershire sauce. It's a perfect. But again, you could always add it. You can't take it out. So if you're not comfortable with the dosages, the different ingredients, start small and just keep adding till it's to the flavor that you're liking. Now keep in mind, you want it to be a little saltier than normal because it's going to be blending into your steaks, which if you're going to be using compound butter, if you're making any kind of meat, be mindful of that when you go to put a rub or something like that on, so that you don't oversalt it. Okay, we're gonna set this aside. I've already got a roll of saran wrap out, plastic wrap, and I'm gonna sit here on our granite countertop here, and I'm gonna kind of stick it to the granite and roll it out, okay? Oh, I don't know, maybe 14 inches or so. Tear it off, it's real simple. And then you're simply gonna take your mixture and take a scraper, and you're just going to kind of scrape it onto the saran wrap, and you're just going to kind of form it into almost a roll, okay? All right, get that spread out, and you'll see that I'm pretty close to the edge here, all right? So we're going to kind of get that closer to the edge. There's really no wrong way to do this. Get a little close to the edge there, and you're simply going to roll it. Just roll it into kind of a log. Roll it around, kind of pinch the ends off. I kind of square them off just like that right there. Some people flip them around in the air. I don't. Square it off. We're just going to roll it till we keep getting some of the air out. All right. Now we have nice distribution of the compound seasonized butter. Now what I'm gonna do is put it in the fridge, let it set for 3 or 4 hours, let that butter set back up, and it'll be ready to go. And then you can cut it into little medallions, all right? Then you can take it and put it on the meat in the grill or the oven, and it just adds a whole different flavor to the meat, helps to keep the meat moisturized, keeps it tender. It's just a great way of cooking. It's fast, it's easy, doesn't take a lot of time, inexpensive to make, makes all the difference in the world. This has been your hot tip of the week from Smokin the Wild. Thanks for watching.